time rolls forward. The days get a little longer and the sun shines brighter. Spring arrives. And as the water temperature rises, the koi are more eager to eat. With the water at 62°F, they are fed every day now. These changes in light and in temperature also push the koi into reproductive mode. The towside, though, are simply hungry, and actually have been eager to eat throughout the winter. These will be sorted through later in the spring, and the very best of the group set aside to grow out for the summer. Spring brings us all out to enjoy the warmth. The anoles emerge from the long winter thin, weathered, and leathery looking. No doubt this one is enjoying the warmth of the spring sun. My spring chores include hanging the sunshades over the filtered ponds. If they aren't taken down in the winter, the snow and ice will bring them down. A new 5,000 feet roll of bird netting just arrived, and I'll spend a lot of hours installing this on the mud ponds. The bird netting is a big expense for me, both in material costs and in labor. But in this part of the U.S., I feel it has to be done. By the end of summer, when my koi have gone through several culls, if a bird takes even one koi, it's taken a free meal that I've spent many hours and dollars to produce. It may have even taken the very best koi produced that year, so I work hard to minimize the free bird meals. In the spring, the fry ponds and grow-out ponds are cleared, the winter's rainwater drained, and they are netted and prepped for the new fry. I see a mother turtle beat me to this pond. A baby painted turtle, likely only a day or two old. I don't worry about these guys, and I don't consider them as predators. They will spend more time eating tadpoles and pond bugs than eating my koi fry. This little guy has its own predators to worry about anyway. The raccoons will shop along the pond's edges every night, looking for meals of turtles, frogs, crawfish, bugs, and whatever else they can get their crafty hands on. The prepped mud ponds begin filling with the heavy spring rains. they are taken advantage of by every living creature here, laying eggs because something in spring tells them to. April is here, and the days are getting even warmer. It's time to let Snappy go back to the wild. Snappy is a snapping turtle my kids found in one of the filter tanks here last fall. Snappy lived the good life in a heated aquarium in their bedroom over the winter, and is now 3 times the size he was in the fall, and hungry for anything that moves. Great. I wonder which fry pond he's headed for. A group of koi crazies from the North Carolina Koi and Water Guard Society came out for a visit, and we had a great time comparing baskets of sibling sakis and showas, and spent the afternoon sorting and grading koi, choosing ones that were ready for the koi show now, and those with more future potential. Getting together with other koi people, a group of individuals all with the same interest, is a wonderful way to spend a spring afternoon. Flowers continue to bloom here. The trees change from gray to green, and the hibernating animals continue to emerge. This is a black rat snake that I've walked under for the past 4 years here. It looks down at me, and I look up at it as I pass by. This snake is a welcome resident here at the farm. It's a constrictor, non-venomous, and eats bullfrogs. Bullfrogs eat koi fry. And it eats mice and rats. Mice and rats eat holes through bags of koi food and also destroy nets, show tanks, power cords, and other equipment here. I enjoy looking at the coloration, the scales, and the skin texture of the many snakes around here. Later in the summer, this tree will have several long snake skins dangling down from the limbs, as this black snake and its guests shed. With the grow-out ponds prepped and filled, it's time to gather up the Nisai and older koi that are going in for the summer. The koi are checked for progress, body shape, skin conditioning, color development, and are photographed. These 2 sakis are female siblings, same parent set. This girl is 1 year younger than her sister. Notice the year's difference in sumi development. The soft benny or red coloration is from a combination of lineage and from not being forced with color food or crowding. These girls are bagged up and wheeled down to their grow-out pond. Crude, simple, old school. Here I'll mix some pond water in with the bag water and give the koi an idea of what they're going into. The pH and water temperatures are pretty close here between filtered ponds and grow-out ponds this time of year. These two sonkies were in this pond last summer. It's interesting, they will remember where the auto feeder is and what it does. Though the feeder is empty now and they haven't seen it since October, when I toss koi pellets into the pond 20 feet away from the auto feeder, these girls will come up and check this feeder first before their sense of smell leads them to the pellets 20 feet to the right. They'll do this the first couple of feedings, then they'll catch on that they're not being fed by the feeders and they'll start coming directly to where the food is tossed in. The rest of the afternoon is spent lugging koi from the barn down to the grow-out ponds. This girl was born here in 1998 and knows this pond well. A Sanke and a Showa that are about to become 24 months old. The smaller Showa here is a 4-year-old from 2001 that a customer has purchased and wants to try and put more size on before she goes to his pond in the fall. They check out their new digs and head for the deep water. More koi are netted up and scrutinized. All are sexed before they are moved out. If the sex isn't obvious, they are checked for milt. The Showa I just put in and this Sanke are showing characteristics of male koi. The Bini and Sumi of this Sanke are a little too vivid for a female. And the Showa. Though the Bini and Sumi are slow developing, the white skin has a bit of a yellow tinge. There is no milt though, and the gill plates are smooth as a female koi's would be. These two fish are 24 months old now, but are showing no definite signs of being male or female. Notice the difference in the coloration and skin texture of this Sanke. I feel comfortable this is a female. I don't feel comfortable about the sex of the other two though, so they'll go back into the filter tank until the sex can be confirmed. She goes in to join the other girls. Another Nisei show has chosen to grow out, an older style show. Let's look at these 3 koi and choose just one to grow out. They are all 24 months old, 2 sankes and a kohaku, all females. This sanke is looking good overall. It has nice skin, even he, and clean edging in most of the patterning. The kiwa on this step of this sanke bothers me some though. It will likely never be sharp here, and the fish overall doesn't have the atmosphere of class. I feel the same way about this kohaku. It lacks class. Notice the tail stop. Though the bini development is fine for a young female, the bini of the first sanke is holding my attention. So she will go in, and the other 2 will stay here. We'll look at this sanke and the others we've seen here again in the fall. I got a call from my friend Larry, the Birdman. He's having a big spring party and wanted some more koi for his ponds. So we brought some over. They were released right into the pond in Larry's front yard. While we're here, let's take a look around and see why Larry is called the Birdman. Larry breeds all types of odd and fascinating birds. His pigeons are used in weddings and other events. He releases them at the event. They fly around in fascinating formations, and then they fly home. And they're waiting there for Larry when he gets back. Larry is also becoming obsessed with fish and water, and he has several ponds on his property. Geese, ducks, and a beautiful black swan make good use of all the ponds on the property. Look, the swan's coming over to say hello. Hey, back off, hey, oh, easy, easy. Oh. He's letting me know that this is his turf. Hey, whoa, easy, easy, hey, whoa. Oh, wow. After a dance and a standoff, the swan wins, and I go back home to my own turf. It's time to get back to work. The spawning season begins with Showa. The 45 days between May and mid-June are very tense days for me. Up a lot of nights, often all night, and the spawning has to be right. The right pairings and all the details have to come together in these 45 days, or I'll have nothing for the year. If I spawn fails, I have to wait another year to do it again here. This is my best Showa parent set, as of this year. Gina, the female, is an old girl from the breeder Takeda in Hiroshima. The 3 males are all American-born with family trees going back to Takeda and Yamaguchi. The males guide the female into the spawning grass time and time again throughout the night, coaxing, nudging, positioning. This ritual goes on throughout the night and on into the morning. Until the female is exhausted and has no more eggs to give. In 4 days, the Showa eggs hatch and release thousands of tiny fry. The first new koi of the season here. Really, the work here is just beginning. This particular group will be sorted or culled at 3 days old, and the other spawnings will take place. More Showa, Kohaku, Sanke, Ochiba, and Kujaku this season. Next time on the Farm in Carolina, we'll look at this spring's tosai and choose some to grow out. And we'll follow the new fry throughout the summer.